The Commission on Presidential Debates welcomes you both to the smelly athletic building at Washington University in St. Louis. Alaska Governor Palin and Senator Byron of Delaware will each have 90 seconds to respond to questions with the media, hoping there's enough time for guests so that they can play over and over again. The shorter time is because the Republican Party did not want a lot of time for Governor Palin to talk, really. The Democratic Party wanted to be standing rather than sitting. But I decided to have you sit because you are both shorter than I expected. I will ask you questions, not the questions the public wants to ask, but my personal questions. The audience promises to keep quiet, and so does Ralph and Bob, who wanted their VP candidate here tonight. So this brings me to my first question. Are you in support of the $700 billion bailout of the banks, Senator Biden?
For once, we should actually believe the president because it is true. We need to do it. He told us a lot of baloney to get us into Iraq. He told us the economy and our banks were in great shape over and over again. This is the story of the boy who cried wolf, not my pet goat.
Yeah, they call me Balin Palin. As you know, Alaska is famous for the fishermen, so I know a lot about bailing. Bailing out is always a good thing when your boat is sinking. Senator McCain knows what it's like to be in hot water, so I trust him to do the bailing for us.
Since none of us have ever heard of Governor Palin before, and we all want to get to know her better, let me ask a more personal question. What is your favorite song?
Well, Jesus Take the Wheel.
Well, considering what I know about my friend John McCain and diplomacy, if he wins the presidency, I hope for all of us that Jesus does take the wheel.
And your favorite song, Senator Biden?
Born in the USA.
Yeah, right. And about experience, Senator McCain made an issue out of Barack Obama being ready to be president, and some have questioned his selection of a small-town mayor who has only recently become governor of a state with a small population.
Yes, I'd like to correct the record that I got more votes running for president than Governor Palin received in her career.
Hold on a second, wait a minute. Excuse me, I was shown a map recently and I could not even find Delaware. Maybe you have more people, but I've governed more land. This woman can tell you that the size of your state does matter.
What about global warming? What about our environment?
You know, I'm from Alaska. I see the ice melting myself. But maybe that's a good thing. A lot of people won't freeze to death anymore, and we can save our heating bills. I know what's going on. I see the polar bears walking around.
I bet she wants to solve the polar bear problem from a helicopter.
What? No. I said I shoot caribou, not polar bear. Polar bear is too gamey. Have you tried it?
The point is we have to reduce our carbon emissions.
I sat on the Oil and Gas Commissioner here in Alaska. We found we can burn oil without harming the environment. God gave us wind for a reason.
I believe we need to develop new alternative fuels so we are no longer dependent on Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, Iraq, and Kuwait for oil.
We can solve our oil dependency by drilling for oil in Alaska.
In the news, we have seen video of your supporting the bridge to nowhere. Were you pretending to support the bridge project before Congress rejected the idea? Or are you pretending to be against the project now? Are you glad the federal funding came anyway to use for other things in Alaska?
You know what? You're fired. I don't want you as the moderator anymore. Somebody take him away.
Can you tell us why you are not cooperating in the investigation to abuse your office?
I said thanks, but no thanks to that subpoena. And you should read the report. I did not do anything unethical.
Let's see, I'm reading. The report concludes you broke ethic laws using your office inappropriately to settle a personal score.
I did not do anything unethical. You should read the report.
Let's get back to foreign policy.
We can cut spending, cut taxes, and borrow whatever we need from the Chinese to pay Iraqis to keep peace with the United States to rebuild their oil productions and capabilities.
Senator McCain has been opposed to spending on American infrastructure, American alternative energy development, and health care for Americans, but he is in favor of spending billions and billions of dollars in Iraq on building permanent military bases. There we would be defending indefinitely, paying millions of dollars to contractors without accountability, literally handing out wads of cash to Iraqi militia groups who had recently been killing Americans in order to buy temporary peace before the election. Senator McCain, your campaign slogan is country first. Which country are you talking about? Iraq is not our country.
Iraq is not a country? Wow. That ends our first vice presidential debate, but I promise more to come.